Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be unboxing this package here. I've been waiting for this for a while. The reason it took so long to come is because I actually sent it off to for anodization before I got it, and I haven't seen the color yet, so I'm going to be doing like kind of a live reaction. I'm not going to be filming the whole video right now because I actually am sick with COVID. I just wanted to see the knife, and I'm going to do a live reaction so that you guys can see as well. And I'll film the rest of the video later, but let's just get straight into it. Shout out to my dad, by the way, he made this knife. But yeah, as you guys can see, it is a Squid Industries product. Blue box, give you kind of a hint. And let's open this up and see. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, this is, oh, wow, okay, this is a lot different than I was expecting it to turn out. Wow, oh my god. But I actually really like it. So basically, I asked him for a blue leaning blurple, because I'm just a sucker for blurples, and he pretty much delivered exactly. It's not exactly what I thought it was going to look like, but I really like it. Oh wow, this looks amazing. You can really see the hints of purple in there. Yeah, so shout out to Solar Flares on Instagram. He's a really solid dude, got really good prices, he does amazing anos, and this turned out, I'm really glad he didn't send me pictures of this before, because I had a different image in my mind of what it was going to look like, but honestly, this looks a lot better than I thought it was going to look. I mean, I knew he was going to do a good job, but, it looks a lot different than I thought it was going to look. Wow, the light, when it hits the light, right, it looks, wow. Wow, that's awesome. But yeah, I will record the rest of the video when I'm feeling better, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm feeling quite a bit better now, so thank you for everyone who wished me a get well soon in the comments. I appreciate it. We are here today with the Madko that I unboxed a couple days ago in the earlier portion of that clip that you guys just saw. And I have a lot of really cool, interesting thoughts and opinions on the Madko, and I'm really excited to share them with you guys. But a quick fact is that this is actually my second Madko. So I've had a Madko before. My first one I got in around April, and I had it for around 1.5 months before I decided to trade it for a Gaboon. And when I traded it for a Gaboon, my thought process during that time was not really like, I don't want the Madko anymore, so I'm trading it for a Gaboon. It was, I really want a Gaboon, and the only thing I have to match the value of a trade is the Madko. But I was always planning on getting another Madko at that time. So like getting rid of my first Madko, my initial thoughts were, you know what, I'm just going to get another one when I can save up and get one. But lo and behold, I didn't really like the Gaboon, so I decided to just trade it back for a Madko. And I'm really glad that I did, because I love the Madko so much. And I did get it anodized by Solar Flares on Instagram. He also anodized my Hydro. So yeah, check him out. He's amazing. He does really good anos for really good prices. So definitely check him out. But yeah, so I love the Madko, and I'm gonna be kind of telling you guys why. I decided I liked it so much that I was gonna get a second one, even after already having one. But let's just quickly talk about the basic facts first. It's made by Squid Industries, obviously. It was meant to be like a kind of titanium version of the Mako, but I think there's quite a lot different from the Mako to distinguish it as its own balisong. So we're just going to talk about the Madko independently of itself, by itself. So we've got this really sick shark trainer blade with a bottle opener at the end. And we've got these grade 5 titanium handles that feel really nice in the hand, actually. These really cool gill cutouts inspired by the Mako, and then you've got these solid cutouts here that go completely through the handles for weight reduction, obviously. And those are also what gives it that crazy ring. Yeah, the sound is actually insane. It's like one of the craziest sounding balisongs I've had. But yeah, the Madko ring is just ridiculous. But yeah, so we also have titanium Zen pins, which is really interesting. I've never seen titanium Zen pins
before, and you would think it doesn't work, but in the time that I've had a Madko, both my previous one and this current one, I haven't experienced any issues, and we'll talk about why there would be issues in a bit. Usually it comes with weights at the bottom here, but I vastly prefer it without the weights, and I'll talk about it with the weights in a bit. And then you've also got these cool speed channels here, and the coolest thing about the speed channels is you have this little hole in the speed channel to fit the little fin from the Madko, or from the blade. And they've done it on both sides, and I think it just looks so sick, and it's such a cool design element in the Madko. But overall, I just love the design. The design is really what sold me on the Madko. The first time I saw it, I was like, I need to get one of those. And eventually I did, and I loved it. So yeah, but it looks amazing, and it flips amazing. So let's talk about how it flips. It weighs in at roughly around 4.4 ounces. Now, that's without the weights. With the weights, I'm not exactly sure. I don't think it adds that much weight, to be honest. Like, it's probably like barely 4.5 if it's 4.4 without the weights. It's probably barely 4.5 with the weights. But I'm not exactly sure. But however little the weights weigh, it definitely affects the flipping of the Madko like quite a bit. Like, it carries the momentum way better without the weights. With the weights, it's just way too much end weight, and it feels really, really sloppy. Not sloppy, but like sluggish. With the weights in. Without the weights makes a world of a difference. So if you have a Madko right now and you've been flipping it without the weights, I definitely recommend you try flipping it. Sorry, if you've been flipping it with the weights, I definitely recommend you try flipping it without the weights, because I think it makes a huge difference in the way it flips. Other than that, it performs pretty much every trick exactly the way I want it to. And one of the things I really appreciate most about the Madko is that it's not really your average kind of flipper. Like, it's obviously like quite a lot heavier than like most battle songs out there. I mean, it's obviously not like a Chab or anything like super heavy like that, but like compared to like most of the battle songs in my collection, the Madko is quite a significant amount heavier, and you definitely feel it while flipping, but it's nothing that's detrimental to the way it flips. I think the Madko is the reason I love the Madko so much is because it forces me to flip in a way that I'm focusing more on each detail of like what I'm doing while I'm flipping, because I obviously have to go a lot slower, right? Like, you can't go crazy. I mean, I'm sure you could, but I can't. So it focuses me to put a lot more attention into my flipping. And honestly, flipping with the Madko makes me practice more and makes me get better at the tricks I'm trying to learn. Just because of the way it forces me to slow down and actually focus on the way I'm flipping. But like everything it does really well. Like, it Chaplin's pretty good. It rollover is amazing. The rollovers were pretty good with the weights in, but they're still amazing without it. Rollovers are pretty good. Aerials are pretty good. Yeah, I mean, everything you throw at it, the Madko will do. Obviously, it's gonna be a bit hard to, like, if you're like into like tech flipping. I'm not sure how it'll be for that, but I can't imagine it would be too great because of the weight. But I'm not into tech flipping, so for what I do, I think it's amazing. And the one thing I have to say about it actually is that the Madko, out of all the battle songs I've owned, has grown on me the most. Like, obviously I liked it from when I first had it. The first time I tried it, I obviously liked it, but it really, really grew on me. Like, even after I took out the weights, it grew on me so much. And that's partially like one of the reasons I got one again, is because I got rid of one when it really grew on me, and then I kind of regretted it even the second I got rid of it. So I'm really glad I have one again. But yeah, that's one of the things, and I've heard so many people say this about the Madko, it really grows on you. Like, I tried it at Blade Show, right? So basically what happened was I'd seen the pictures of the Madko when I got back into flipping, and I was like, dang, I really need that because it looks so sick. So I had wanted one for like a good 3-4 months, and then I went to Blade, Texas, and I flipped it. I asked them if I could flip a Madko, and I flipped it, and I was like, yeah, this is okay. Like, it's nothing great. And I was honestly kind of like disappointed because, like, you know, when you really like the way a battle song looks and then you flip it for the first time, it's like not as good as you were hoping it to be. That was with me and the Madko. And then, eventually a few months later, I decided to just pull the trigger, and I was like, you know what, I'll just get one anyway. And if I really don't like it, like after flipping it for more than like the 5 minutes I spent flipping it at Blade Show, then I'll get rid of it. But as soon as I had my own one and I had flipped it for like longer than 5 minutes, I was like, man, this thing was really good. And then it kept on growing on me and growing me. And now it's like one of my favorite Bally's, especially like to take as like an EDC because it's functional, right? So like you don't have to worry about getting cut, but you can also bring it out if you're going out somewhere, and you'll have a bottle opener on you, which is just sick. So yeah, the Madco definitely grows a lot on you, and that's something I've heard a lot of people say. Speaking of talking about the tolerances on my Madco are pretty much amazing. I do actually have to say thank you though, because before this got to me and before the previous owner, I believe this was actually Remshi's Madco. So I believe he installed stainless steel washers in here, which is just like, that's a huge, I'm sure that's like a huge, had a huge impact on the tolerances. So quick shout out and thank you to him for doing that, because now I have stainless steel washers in my Madco. But yeah, the tolerances are amazing. There's not even any wiggle, no tap, like barely any play, barely. And yeah, it flips amazingly. Like this has honestly got some super solid tolerances. So, and then I said I was going to talk about the Zen pins later, right? So the Zen pins are actually titanium, which is like a pretty new thing. I've never seen that on a balisong before, especially when you have a hardened steel blade like the Madco does, right? So I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, titanium is very durable, but it's softer than hardened steel. So I don't really know how that works, how they've done that, how they put titanium Zen pins in there, because it's constantly banging against the steel blade. And I don't know how it's not like, I don't know, it's not developed any slap or anything like that. And I haven't seen anyone online talking about their Madco having slap. So obviously Squid knew what they were doing when they did that, but it's pretty cool that they've done it. But yeah, I mean, I don't have like a lot to say about the Madco other than that I love it, and I definitely think that everyone should check it out, because I really don't have any complaints with this balisong. Like it flips so well. It fits my like preferences so well. It fits my flipping style really well. And I just think it's an awesome balisong, and it looks amazing. So yeah, I think that's my review for the Madco. If you guys are taking anything away from this, I think you should definitely try it. I think it's worth it. $385 is the retail price. And if you want to get one secondhand, which I definitely would recommend, because these are selling like way lower than that on Balisong Market on Instagram. Like I've seen Madcos go for like 220, 260. So if you're seeing like a Madco for like that low, then I'd 100% recommend that you pick one up. Even if you don't end up liking it, you're still getting like so much value out of that sale. So yeah, I definitely recommend picking one up. Even if you're gonna pay full price, I still think it's worth it. But yeah, I love the Madco, and I think that's all I had to say about it. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Leave a comment down below, subscribe if you want to, and peace. I'm really dumb. I forgot to talk about one of the things I really want to talk about with Madco. So I want to talk about the jimping. The jimping on this thing is just ridiculous. It's like my favorite jimping out of any balisongs I have, because I don't know, I just love the Madco jimping. I think it's so superior to everything else I have. But like it ladders so well, and the jimping is really nice and deep, exactly like the way I like it. But yeah, sorry, I forgot to include that in the video. I completely forgot, and I remembered as soon as I pressed stop recording. But yeah, that is all I have to say. Thank you guys very much, and bye.